Hey guys, and we're back again with another antivirus video this week. And this week we're going to start putting our service back together from what it used to, when it used to be a client. So we're going to start by enabling reports back. So if we come over here and we come to our scan core and come down, you'll see that there's tags already in place that we've had pretty much since the beginning for creating a report. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the old client, and seeing as there's nothing really wrong with the old method of creating a report, as most reports don't even get read, and we're going to use the same one as last time. So once Delphi opens another client, I am already running 3, and I do have the recording software running at the same time, so it might not work particularly well. Alright, so if I browse to the old folder and oh, there it is. So did not know I had to tell you, I'm still. Right, so we've got the old project open, and if we flick across to the reports tab, we can see that there used to be, or there still is, a reports function here. However, because our program is now split into 2, we now need to create a new report. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the old report, which is this one, and we're going to copy the feature out, and we're going to import it to our new service, because you've got to remember that the service is doing the scanning and the client is simply the GUI for the user. So we're going to call this, we're going to put this in its own folder. We're going to have it as reports, and we're going to name our unit reports. I'm just going to call it report. And we're going to import the code we just copied out of our old project. It's going to go absolutely mental because there's a load of things missing. So we need to start declaring a few things. So Windows is always one that helps. Assist utils is probably required, and perhaps classes is required. Right, so now all of the errors that aren't variable based have been removed, although we don't currently have a list view that we're adding our detections to, so we will have to fix that as well. Right, so first of all we need to include the unit we stored all the variables in for scanning, which is our scan _engine _var, like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to come through and we're going to change all of this up. So this just gets called as a folder, which is at the time it was a very useful feature. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by replacing our total number of detections. So if we open our vars and we're looking for the total number of detections, so detection count, and instead of me misspelling it, I'm just going to copy and paste them all of the variable names, like so. And now we need the, okay, so I've just put that one in the wrong one. That one goes in here, and we need the total number of files in a count. So we take the top variable, Put that in here. And it's quite simple, really. I tried to keep this as close to the original project as I could, while still attempting to expand on the whole concept. So as you can see, we're trying to reuse a lot of the code from the original series, because I know that a lot of people who watched the original series are now watching this series, and I don't want to keep having to redesign things that still work. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to have to replace our t-list string. Yeah, it's a t-list string that used to be here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come over to our engine where we scan and our variables. We have to come down here in our variables, and we're going to leave a few lines, and we're going to do report underscore detected underscore objects. And it's going to be a t string list, or t list string. No, it's a string list. Oh, I don't have classes enabled. Well, that'll be why it doesn't like it. So you do have to declare the classes you'd like. And okay, maybe that was supposed to be in here with this, like that. There you go. So we've got our t-string list already in place. It will need to be created, and it will need to be freed. So we're going to come in here, and right up here where we do our execute, after we update our client. Okay, so after we check to see if there's a new scanning engine running as well, we're going to do reports underscore detected underscore object, and we do equals t string list dot create. And then what we're going to do is, as we've created it down here, we are going to have to free it. So once again, report underscore detected underscore objects dot free. And that's going to give us our core piece of information, which is the files that we detected. So before we move on, we're going to come up here and we're going to declare our reports, or report in it. And we're going to come back to our reports, and we're going to copy the create report function into the top, so it can be called external from the header. And then we're going to change these. So report underscore object underscore detected underscore object. And now what we can do is we can just copy that and drop it in place. So now we need to propagate that field, and we've got about a minute left, which is pretty much all we need. So we're going to come down into our scan engine, and here where we have a big blank patch, we're going to do report underscore detected underscore object dot add, hit enter. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our report wants the status, the file path, and the signature. We're not going to do a status currently, so we're going to put none, and then we're going to put an up, and then we're going to do a plus, and it wants the file path and then the signature last. So we can do the object path plus our user base delimiter plus the signature. So we can just call temp sig in this case, but you won't be able to do that with all of them because the signature does change. And that will add it to our report. So what we're going to do is we're going to come through and we're going to copy this into all of them here, and we're going to need to change the temp signature for right. So what we can do is, no, we can't copy that one. So file path, file name, signature name. So our old signature was being called out of the list view that was stored on it. So we have to work out here. So the signature will be so if 0 is that. So we split our signature string by dots. Oh yes. Yes, sir, it's coming to me now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this bit out, and we should be able to use signature name. And now we should be able to copy this for all of them. So once we grab hold of the entire string, like so, we can just add that in. And now lastly, we just need to call it. So we're back in our search.core, and we're going to come over and we're going to copy the file name, or not the file name, the function name. And so we can just take the comment out, and is a folder is false for this one, and is a folder is true. Right guys, and that is adding your reports to your new scan engine. So now when you run a scan, you should actually get a reports file, as well as the client data showing up in the client. So we're slowly making steps towards something that's actually functional and usable. So guys, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike the button, if you disliked it, you know where the dislike button is. And I will see you guys next time. Hey guys, here's 2 videos you might enjoy. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. The button's right in the middle of the screen.